Oh, good boy.
The Tom London Show is brought to you by Suzuki Kyalami, the home of happy customers. Check, I got my Suzuki Kyalami uniform on today. Reporting for duty, Van Kerkhoven family, Auntie Laurie, I'm here. I still remember the day Uncle Clive gave me this hat. I keep things.
I was there.
You may have been there. I think you were.
was there.
Yes, I think you were. It was when the place opened, eh?
He took it off his head.
That's right. I think he took it off his head and he put it on my head. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. This was his cap.
God bless
Oh, wow.
Uncle
God bless
Clive,
him.
eh?
Down the north coast of Johannesburg. No, south coast of Johannesburg. Down in Sodwana Bay, there in the south coast of
Sodwana.
Johannesburg. Everything's the south coast of Johannesburg once you leave this town. Tonya Khoury from acumenmedia.net. And they're down by Primrose Hill, the only Jameson in Germiston. There he is.
You can double.
There we go. You guys all need Starlink. You all need Elon Musk in your life, I'm telling you. Okay, so there's a whole lot. You know what happened this morning, Alistair? We haven't told you, but I called Tonya to try and cancel the show because I was feeling miff, and she was feeling miff, and then we both decided that we were feeling miff, and then we both decided that we can't cancel the show because we're feeling
not
miff.
allowed.
Not allowed. So
Not allowed.
it's thanks to Tonya.
Against the rules.
Thanks to
We've
Tonya
got
that.
too many fans out there that say we're not allowed to cancel.
You see, that's what Tonya reminds me of that, and my mother used to say, I'm going to rick you right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Ricked you right.
Tonya ricked me right. And that got me thinking, when I get ricked right, because people don't realize you can rick me right. If I'm going down the wrong road, you just need to rick me right.
Thank you very much.
And
Thank you very much.
what I generally do is go lie on my bed and I think a bit. And so when Tonya ricked me right this morning, I went to bed. And you know, Daryl, you know how I solve my problems. And I went and I thought very deeply.
Okay.
I thought, what's holding you back?
Yes.
What's holding you back, Tom?
Must have been the heavy duvet.
That was holding me down.
Well, were you not feeling good? Did you need a little bit of James Brown?
Yeah. Yeah. No. There's no show on the internet like this. I still maintain on our worst days, we're still good, man.
That's for sure.
We are still good. So
you had a moment with yourself.
But this moment with myself is actually very good for the country and the world if I propagate it.
Okay.
So I thought to myself, my philosophy is, only because I've experienced this in my life and I've seen it happen to other people, is that you can change your life very quickly. Sometimes in like that, your life can change for the good, just as much as it can change for the bad. In a kind of click of the fingers. I have to do this to click. So with a click of a finger, your life can change. And if you point yourself in the right direction, you start taking steps. That's when things happen. So I've always looked at life. It's as simple as that. And then the question of what holds you back. And is an interesting one because none of us like to think we're holding ourselves. None of us like to think we're holding ourselves back. Yep. We all like to find an external reason for it. But I was thinking today. I was lying in bed. Tonya ricked me right.
Thank you very much.
And then I thought, what's all? And I got to. I didn't need a therapist. I got to the crux of it this morning. Of what's holding me back in life.
What was your therapeutic outcome, Tom?
Well, look, if I have to blame someone, I have to blame the Americans, unfortunately. Stop at Walter Freedom Park. And the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac subprime mortgage crisis / crash global recession of 2008. I think I'm wondering.
Is that when it all started?
You know, and it's interesting I'm mentioning this now in 2025 because one of the guys I really looked up to back then was Alan Locke Craig Sr., the CEO of Vodacom. And he was out of Vodacom in 2008. I think he was on the Nedbank board, and he was just before. I think he was a year or two away from running Cell C. And he had a lot of time on his hands, and I would go visit him at his house, and we'd sit and chat for hours. And we used to talk about this subprime mortgage crash. And I used to say, well, luckily South Africa's banking system has withstood it, we've done okay. And he used to say to me, Tom, you don't understand. This thing we're only going to understand the impact 15 years from now. And I used to drive away and think, what does he know? The man that built Vodacom. He's wrong, man. I know. But I remember him saying that, and I remember him emphasizing in our conversations that we had just how dramatic 2008 was going to be for the world. And then 2010 came along for South Africa, and I think we all got distracted in this country. 2010, we all went, oh, everything's okay. Look, it's improving.
Fabulous.
Wasn't it a great year? Hey, everything. If the soccer oaks and the cricket oaks can keep winning, then South Africa is a great place. And
exactly.
So
exactly. God,
we had the World Cup, and
But what that World Cup did was the rest of the world wasn't having a 2010. That was South Africa having a 2010. The rest of the world was dealing with the ramifications of 2008, trying to pick their economies back up. And we had this false hurrah moment. And then back down to business. And then we had my Sharona in 2020. We were all locked up and... because I'm trying to find words that don't get blocked by algorithms. So I think I'm going to call it my Sharona.
Kafefe.
Thank you very much.
Remember Kafefe?
Yeah. So I think these events, these two events, 2008 subprime mortgage crash and 2020, most people who are productive, have their own businesses or need to find ways to make money or look for a job, whatever it might be. I'm sure if you go back to those two periods, 2020 and 2008, you'll find something changed in your own life or something around there was busy changing.
That's curious.
And maybe if you took a knock in at any one of those times, that might have dented your confidence and it's been holding you back. And I think that's what's been holding me back. I think Fannie Mae and Freddie
All the way
Mac.
from 2008?
Yes, I think the two banks in America that started this problem, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, I think that they are to blame for all of my problems.
Thank you very much.
I'm serious.
Okay.
I'm serious.
All
No,
right, Tommy.
I'll expand on it.
Okay, yeah, can you please? Because I'm not
I'm sure
buying
people
it at
who
all.
are watching are going, please don't expand on it. Just show us a video of some ladies talking in time or something. How do I? So in 2008, I was leading a project in a corporate with about 25 people in my team.
Okay.
And then 2008 came along, all new projects in corporates got cancelled, including my new projects, and 16 people that I'd employed to come and work with me, I had to let them go.
No, not nice.
Well, there was no more money. No more projects.
No budget. No project.
And then decide whether I was going to keep a core team going, save some jobs. It was a horrible time. And I think a lot of people were going through these kind of moments back then. And I certainly was. And I think that dented my confidence because I've always worked well with teams of people. I've always been able, I've run businesses with 250 people in them. But not since 2008. I've been a lone wolf, and I thought, wow, maybe I've been holding myself back because my fear of failing and taking people down with me is that big that I don't want to damage anyone.
Probably.
And so it got me thinking about people who watch the show and friends and family and how we may all have our own little thing that holds us back from doing something. And then it got me thinking about, is that a good or a bad thing if we hold ourselves back? Because just because we're holding ourselves back doesn't mean it's bad. Maybe it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? And then I thought of the VAT increase.
there's big stories about that today.
I can't wait to hear what you've got to say, Alistair.
Oh,
No, I can't. No, I can't wait. I can't. Hold on, I can promise you.
Infighting around that particular little story.
I know.
Everybody's saying, yeah, but you did this and you did that.
Funny.
It's ridiculous, man.
I know. And when I was thinking of being held back, I thought of that. Tonya's wondering how I'm going to tie this up.
Please stop.
Tonya's wondering how I'm going to tie this up.
Please make it work, Tom.
Because
Please make it work.
South Africa's like Tom. South Africa's got used to surviving, not living.
Okay.
South Africa has got used to, as long as it's good enough, then it will be okay. Or if it doesn't change or stays the same, that's all right. And so what happened here? We were facing a VAT increase. And the ordinary South Africans and South Africans en masse kind of expressed their big no. It was, if we'd had a referendum, we all would have gone, and if there was a green button and a red button, we would have hit that red button. 99.9% of South Africans would have hit we were no VAT, no, we hit the red button. Well, press the only ones are the politicians, that's right, who are going to press
and even they're not all of them.
They were like in secret, eh? So
That's funny.
I think what happened here, because politicians are not stupid. I know people think politicians are stupid, but they're not. They're very smart.
they're not.
To get into those positions where you make all that money and you have all that power, you got to be smart. And they're quite smart. They like look around and they see, oh, the country doesn't want this VAT increase. Eh? Yes, like we'll lose support.
So they used it,
like any political party that stood up, there was not one. Not even the ANC stood up and said this, right? It was probably their idea to start off with. I didn't say that's for sure. I said probably. But no. In fact, no political party stood up and said, "We want a 2% VAT increase." Thank you, South Africa. Let's make it 2.5. Do I hear 3? Do I hear 3.2 to 3.5? Are we 3. We'll make it 4. 4%. This political party of ours stands for a 4% VAT increase. Thank you for your support. Nothing. Crickets. Nothing.
Crickets.
Nobody stood up and said that. Nobody even stood up and said, oh, we'd like a 0.25 VAT increase. Thank you. That will solve all up. No one. The minister came out and said, well, we're going to by the way, we can't afford all of this stuff here that you're spending money on. And I think it's a good thing because our finance ministers have always been a little bit maverick that way. They've got the handbrake and trying to hold the handbrake up on the politician spending. And the Reserve Bank governors have got this reputation of saying, no, you guys can't go mad. And so he comes out and says, well, we can't afford this. And like a proper economist, because economists think differently, they go, well, let's just add 0.5 and 0.5 and then things will be fine. And probably a few people said, yeah, that sounds all right, doesn't sound too bad. And then the South African public went, like,
no, we weren't having it.
Everyone. Not one politician could find a South African to support the VAT increase. So every political party and every politician said, we don't want this thing.
No.
We don't want this thing called a VAT.
It was like Enoch was a lone wolf, wasn't he?
Yes. So he's the poor man standing there. He's like, but we need the money. I can't pay all the bills here if I don't get the money. Where am I going to get the money from? And the politicians must have turned around and said, well, it's not going to come from a VAT increase because have you listened outside the window there? Let's just turn the window, open the window. Can you hear? See, that's South Africa. You see? Yeah. So every political party realized that this was something they could capitalize on. So every political party became the champion for no VAT increase. I stand for no VAT increase. I, Herman Mashaba, will never increase VAT. I, Helen Suzman, Helen Ziller, sorry. Apologies to the Suzmans. I, Helen Ziller, will never increase that. The ANC. I, Mbaks, we never agreed to this in the first place.
We never agreed to this.
Everyone. Everybody going bananas about how
huge press conferences today. A huge press conference.
Then on the steps of the High Court, you find the DA and the EFF holding hands. We're going to stop this thing in court. But the finance minister catches them all and announces before the court case is over, he says, okay, no VAT increase. And everyone goes, we love the finance minister! Yay! Enough! And every political party is busy having a press conference right now claiming victory for no VAT. Yes, Alistair?
And it sounds to be like this whole thing is like everybody trying to score political points off the other guys.
Well, exactly. And here's my point, to tie it back up to not enough and not doing enough and holding back. Since when did this country cheer for nothing? Because nothing. What happened? Nothing. Nothing happened. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. So,
and if anything, it was a distraction.
It's a smoke screen so they could bring aliens in and hold them in those underground places in Hartbeespoort. I'm getting tired thinking about this government of ours. But here we are today. South Africa's it's like V-Day in South Africa. V for victory. We won the World War. What did we get? Nothing.
Nothing.
Sorry? No, nothing.
And we wanted nothing.
We want nothing. It all stays the same. Nothing. We're getting hot air balloons. We got nothing. And we cheer nothing. So the easiest thing to be in the world today is a politician because you don't have to promise anything. You just promise a little bit more of nothing.
Thank you very much.
And then you can be a president.
The best politician. The best politician giving a speech is a guy standing in a hot air balloon. Because the moment he says something wrong, he turns to the owner and he says, lift off, get me out of here.
With the hot air. But I'm being dead serious, right? We were
crazy.
in the late 90s. We were expecting a growth rate of between 5 and 7% from our political establishment in South Africa, and now we're happy with, ladies and gentlemen, I present you with zero growth. Hey, oh no, yes, like nothing, some more nothing. Can't we have some more nothing? No growth. Come on, man. Who wants growth? That's for places like Germany.
I'm waiting for Nando's and places like that to come up with an advert. We gave you nothing.
Field day. So I've looked
That
at
is so
I've looked at this
it?
whole thing and I thought, okay, so what is the end result? In life, 3 things can happen in a situation. It can get worse, it can stay the same, or it can get better. And as South Africans, we are getting very used to celebrating this thing in the middle of staying the same. We're okay with it when it comes to GBV. We're okay with it when it comes to poverty. We're okay with it when it comes to crime. We're okay with it when it comes to our hospitals. We're okay. It stays the same. It's okay. It stays the same. Unfortunately, the same is not going to be good enough for this country's poor. And we need a growth rate, and we need more money, and we need bigger budgets. And if we carry on celebrating nothing, then nothing is going to happen in South Africa. So that's my big takeaway today, my profound thought.
I love that you covered hard news.
And then,
and
then it made me wonder, what's holding us back, South Africa? What's holding us back?
It's the rain.
Because
it's raining again.
The rain? No, it can't be as simple as the rain.
The rains out of Africa.
No, it's not. I want to know what's holding us back. I would love to dissect that one day. I would love someone to dissect it, maybe someone smarter than me, to say what is holding South Africa back. Because if Tommy's been held back by something that scared him in 2008, maybe South Africa gets held back by something that scares us as South Africans, or we don't know how to do as South Africans. But I do think we hold ourselves back. I watch Kino Yves, the tricyclist from France. His exchange rate just kicked in, and he's having a ball in the Cape. He's eating at June's restaurant. in the Hout Bay for lunch. He's off to Cafe Caprice for dinner. He had a 7,000 rand facial the other day. He got ripped off some $7,000 for a 7,000 bucks for a haircut. Yeah, they saw him come in, and
Which one?
He got a haircut. He went for a facial and a haircut at a men's beauty salon, and they charged 7,000 rand for it. Well, have you ever paid $7,000 for a facial, Alistair?
No, I've never had a facial.
You see. So he had a $7,000. But what I wanted to say was, wherever this man goes, you watch the video and you go, oh man, I'd love to be a South African. And you go, but I am a South African. Wow, I'm like these other people over here. We're friendly and we're nice and we're open and expressive and we're quite direct. And we're a wonderful, wonderful bunch of human beings.
Generous.
We're generous. Yeah. We're kind.
Yeah.
We help each other.
Yeah.
We support each other maybe more than any country in the world. Almost everyone in South Africa helps someone else. We have such amazing qualities, yet we hold ourselves back and we celebrate when some oaks with big necks go and play rugby somewhere and beat the snot out of some other people with a rugby ball. And then we go, then we go, yeah, we're okay. By 1 point. Exactly.
Always by 1 point.
but you know what I mean? That can't be it. As much as I love rugby players and that whole thing, that can't.
By 1 point, then.
Yeah, but that can't be it. We can't hang on to the Springbok rugby team forever for our confidence.
I mean, if you think about it, 95, we had to be rescued by a rugby team.
Yes.
We were on the verge of civil war, and suddenly a rugby team brings us all together.
Yes, the new president walked onto the field in the Springbok jersey. The Springbok debate was put to bed. All of a sudden, we were shown what we could be as a country. We showed the world. And you're right, amazing. There was a blip in our heartbeat that said that was a good beat right there. But these are moments, and I can't help thinking we're holding up. I say us. When I say us, I mean all of us. And I just wrap us all into a big ball and say, this ball here of South Africans, check all these colors inside this ball, right? What's holding this ball of South Africans back? So thank you for ricking me right this morning. It turned into analyzing the country's problems and touching a hard news topic, which you've wanted me to do on the show for a while.
Always wanted it. So there we go.
Stop it, Santon. What do you know, man? It's the doctors again. You love money.
I've got one theory on that.
Yeah.
If you try and catch crabs, if you catch a crab and put it in a bucket, he will stay in that bucket, no problem. There will be no issue about him trying to escape. The moment you put in 2 or 3 others, one of them is going to try and get out. Yeah. And the rest are all going to grab him and pull him back into the bucket. You can leave the lid off the bucket. So they're not going to get out of that bucket because they're all...
How does that relate to that?
What does that mean?
Trying to pull the other one down.
I'm with you. I reckon we like pulling... There's a little bit too much pulling each other down and not enough lifting up, I think. I've heard that said by other South Africans as well, that we enjoy pulling ourselves down a bit too much. Shall we go to the comments and then speak to Jennifer Jansen van Vuuren, because we got good news. As well as it's a good news day, ladies and gentlemen. We gave you 0% for nothing on the VAT increase. And we've got good news from Jennifer Jansen van Vuuren with Jenna Lee in just a moment. And then we'll bring you a couple of funny videos so we can laugh. But right now, let's take a look at what you've got to say. We're going to go back a few minutes here. Hello, my dysfunctional family, says Anita number 1.
Hi.
Cobra King 666 says, hey, Tom, I want to see her feet. Next, this is from YouTube. I don't know who this is. Hey, Tom, make her show her feet. Make her show. Must be you. You're the one with the feet, aren't you?
No, I'm not showing anybody feet.
It says make her. Since when has a man ever been able to make you do anything? Ever? Be honest.
That would be telling.
Oh, okay, once or twice maybe. Make her. I certainly can't make Tonya Curry do anything. That's for sure. Gail Mortensen says, how's it, everybody? I'm on top of the world today, enjoying a hot cup of Earl Grey tea. Goes with the overcast weather. I love this weather. It's nice when you've got someone with you when you're alone. It's like, I'm missing some warmth. Happy to be watching the Tom London Show. We're happy to have you with us, Gail. Cobra King, which one is Tom? Which one is Tom? That's Tom over there, and I'm Alistair. Nice to meet you. You can't.
Which one is Tom? Where do you see that?
You can't trust us. It's there. Cobra King, 666. Margaret Guider says, we will try and rick you right, Tom. Shame. Not nice to feel miff. Do you know why I'm feeling miff? Have we learned nothing from the My Sharona days? I climbed in an Uber 2 days ago, and it was raining. Right? It was. You were waiting for this? You knew it was coming?
Yeah. Yeah, I knew it was coming. Guys, I've been enduring this conversation for 2 days, just so that you know.
I told Tonya this was going to happen. I'll tell you, Alistair, you've missed out on it.
He drove me mad.
I have. I've driven Tonya mad.
The poor guy who he was with, he swore him to his grave.
I'm sure swore him dead by now.
Go ahead, Tommy.
I'm
vent, my angel.
So I am getting fat, and therefore I am getting unfit. I'm not one to use sweet language like I'm a little bit podgy or slightly overweight. I'm fat. I'm just fat right now. I'm not even, it's just, we don't like to use the word anymore. I'll use it. I am fat. And I look in the bathroom mirror and I say to myself, Tom, you are fat. And I am proud. I am so proud. I am proud to be fat because I've always been skinny. And I've never been fat. I've always been skinny. And people have always said, that Kalahari kid, miles and miles of nothing and stuff like that. So I had jokes made about me because I was skinny. So when I look in the mirror and I see... what's that?
During the club, I've had jokes made about me because I'm skinny. My whole high school career, I was the skinny kid.
When you were skinny? Or because you are skinny?
Because I am.
Yes, that's right. Are you still skinny?
No, I've overcome the affliction, Tom.
You are quite skinny, hey?
Yes.
Yeah, you are, actually.
And listen, the day you're fat, they're going to need to bring in a 10-ton forklift to get you out of your house. That's when you know you're fat.
No. You see, people say this.
That's
and
not right.
No, I have a name for you, and that's enabler.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
You are an enabler. Everyone who says that is an enabler. You're helping me. You're enabling me. I love eating when I feel down, okay? So when I am feeling like, where's my girlfriend? Where's my life? I'll just have a slab of chocolate and then I feel much better.
Thank you very much.
That's me, right?
Thank you very much.
So I got
another chocolate anyway.
Hey, Walter Freden Park. Get them on special at the Super Spa. So, this conversation's going nowhere today.
No, it's south. It's so south, isn't it? Rewind.
Conversation's going nowhere. I don't even remember what I was talking about. It's just gone nowhere. It's gone.
You were saying you're fat, and you were telling people what you complained about.
What's that, Alistair?
What?
I think Tonya and I may disagree on a lot of things, but on one thing we do agree, and that is you and your happiness and your fitness and your health.
I know. Oh, so yeah, we got sidetracked with the fat thing.
You were going to tell people what you were whinging about. For
the only
2 days
person who's agreed with me lately about being fat, the ladies at Blooms and Gifts at the Palm Court, when I walk past, they go, "Hey, Tom, you're getting fatter," like that. They shout at me, and Leon Lowe, I called him and I said to him I was a bit fat, and I said I was 20 kilos overweight, and he said, "That's a bag of concrete." So he put everything in perspective for me when I chatted to him yesterday. He said, "That's like carrying a bag of concrete around." I thought, thank you for your honesty, Leon Lowe. And he was right.
I love what Dawn Stelfox says.
You see, now that's...
At least chocolate gives you no lips, says Dawn Stelfox.
Yeah, but except Leon's right. You see, that's what you should say to someone who says, "Hey, I'm fat, I'm 20 kgs overweight." You should tell them, "Yes, like that's a whole big bag of concrete you put on you there, China." Like Leon told me. Instead, we say things like Alistair did. Oh, you need a forklift, and then you call yourself fat and this and that. But I know I'm carrying 2 10-liter water bottles around with me that I wasn't before. I can feel it on my knees.
It's amazing that it doesn't make you fitter.
Because I haven't been walking, you see. So I haven't been walking because I got lazy. I'm just being dead honest. I got very lazy, and it was easier to hit the Uber Eats button because my exercise is...
I'm meeting the guy with the bike.
Yeah.
We need to go back to the Beat Boy. Get that perfect Beat Boy days.
The morning body beat.
Yes.
No, I can't. No, I
have a section of the show where we have people, all three of us on treadmills.
No, I can't. I will be the first person to stop doing body beat on the show. Yeah.
So I downloaded an app. You know, I don't know if you've been seeing these adverts that says like if you're over this amount of age or you weigh too much, like download this app. You can start now. If you start today,
with the chair exercises, the chair ones.
You don't have to leave your
ladies
bed
and gentlemen,
or your chair.
All you have to do is 10 of these, and you'll lose your belly.
Yeah, that's it.
10 of these a day.
And
one of those.
So I downloaded one of them, a yoga one, right?
Yeah.
So I did my first day. It's only 5 minutes. You see, that's why the first week you only do 5-minute classes. So it's fine.
Clever. Yeah.
So I did my 5 minutes wall Pilates. Okay, wall Pilates. 5 minutes. So basically, you just leaned against the wall and touched your toes, and by then it was over.
That's already difficult for me. Yeah.
Was doing just that, Tom.
How do you touch your toes when you've passed the age of 50? That's what I want to know. Stop it, you virgin active sluts.
I managed to pull my muscle in my leg. I've got
you injured yourself.
Is that the same leg as the toe?
I'll give up with you.
Do you do Pilates, Alistair?
Sorry?
Do you do Pilates?
As long as it's got a propeller and a couple of wings on it, yes.
There'll be the Pilates. So back to my story. Because I'm fat.
Your cafe story.
Yeah,
yes.
Because I'm fat. People say, Tom, you put on weight. That's good to see. And I just go like this. I go, yeah, I'm starting to look like Uncle Gwede, like that. And then I see whether they laugh or not. And then mostly they laugh, which means that I am starting to look like Gwede Montashe. Stop it. Don't encourage me.
You haven't got a pooza face. Like, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, I haven't got the face yet.
You haven't got the pooza face.
I've got the book.
No, and also you pronounce English perfectly.
Yes.
Well, that's because he's not drunk.
Stop it now, both of you. Stop it. Between the two of you, you'll get us banned. Stop it. I like the man. Anyway.
You are like Uncle Gwede. I mean, you are on your own.
Listen.
Anyway, yes.
Back to the story. I get in. So every day I convince myself that if I walk to the shops and I walk back, that is 3-point-something kilometers, almost 4 Ks.
Oh.
That is a good workout if I walk nice and fast. And but remember, I stopped walking for a while because I got very lazy and got fat during that period. And then I had to start walking. So what happens is I get to the shops and I've walked like 1.8 Ks or something. And then I go, yes, like I'm buggered, man. I don't think I can walk back. I know I can walk back, but I just think it's going to be easier to get an Uber.
Thank you very much.
No.
And then instead of walking back, I get an Uber back because I'm lazy. I'm only half lazy now. So I get an Uber. And so what happened was it was raining and stuff. I also didn't want to walk in the rain. As I got an Uber. And I got in the Uber. I said to the guy, how are you doing? He said, I'm having the worst day of my life, like that. And then I said, why?
No.
And he said, because I've got the worst flu I've ever had. And then I saw he has a runny nose and he was coughing. And then he told me he didn't have a ride for 2 hours and he's been sitting in the car for 2 hours waiting for a ride. And all I could think of is that he made that whole cabin full of germs and I was invariably going to get sick. Like... And I thought, and I keep saying,
out immediately.
Yeah, he's not the first person. I was at a function the other night and some lady came and hugged and kissed me. And then when she left before the function even started, and I said, aren't you going to stay? She said, oh, no, Dom, I am so sick. I've got exactly what put you in hospital. And I thought...
Oh, word.
And I thought, what have we learned nothing from my Sharona? Have we learned nothing from the Have we learned nothing from the my Sharona virus? Except,
Tom,
yeah.
If somebody has that and they tell you up front, and I say, okay, fine, I'll give you a hug.
Yeah, you got a choice. Yeah, but people don't.
That's
South Africans tell you afterwards.
Exactly. If they don't tell you up front and you give them a hug, or you shake hands with them, or you give them a kiss on the cheek.
And then they tell you should be allowed to shoot them.
Yeah. take 10 paces back and a quick
that's it. Take 10 paces back and... bah!
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And I kept saying, I called my brother in Abu Dhabi.
Funny.
I called Greg and I said, Greg, we've learned nothing as South Africans from my Sharona. He said, I know. And so we agreed with each other like two grumpy old men. And then I thought, actually, while we were talking, we both discovered that we have learned something from my Sharona.
Which is what?
We all
But
now...
you should be wearing a
No.
mask.
We all now know the exact point that we get infected by another person. Most of us now know.
Yes.
Most of us are like... I know what happened. I was walking through Clearwater Mall and that auntie coughed in my face and I knew the next day we are getting very good at knowing exactly who makes us sick, I think. Some of us, many of us.
It's dangerous, that, eh?
Yeah, so I know exactly who made me sick. It's that oak who brought me in the Uber the other day.
Did you give him a good star rating?
I've always give a good star, even if they give me pneumonia.
Even if they give you corona.
That is, you got to back and change it after the fact.
No, I can't change anything. Anyway. Okay, oh man, we were reading messages. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Tom, get and make her show her feet. I want to see her feet. Marlene Falkenberg says, afternoon everyone on a miserable cold day. I should get rid of the guys and you should get rid of the guys and make it her show. She makes the show. You guys ruin it.
Oh, who said that?
While I'm talking, this person's going blah, 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 blah.
Who is this? Is this the Cobra King?
Tom, shut up and let the lady talk. Damn, she has sexy glasses.
Oh, you are. Shut up. You're talking nonsense.
I'm not even joking. I don't know who this is, this Cobra King 666 person. Tom, make the lady show her feet.
Oh, stop it.
I'm serious. There's someone who really needs to see your feet.
Not on a good day, China. Not on a good day.
Do you think it's Alistair? Do you think Alistair has gone into YouTube?
I think it's Alistair.
Do you think he's the real Cobra King? Alistair wouldn't tell me and him to shut up, though, I don't think. I don't think he would.
Yeah, that is a bit vicious.
Yeah, he wouldn't do that. It could be. Who is Cobra King Triple?
Cobra King. Is that like Tiger King? This is a Snake King.
I don't know. Moira LaRue, I'm trying to find you on Facebook. Found you on YouTube. Hello from Cape Town. From Cape Town.
Moira.
We know what we've got in
Cape
Town. You know what we've got in Cape Town that you other people haven't got. We've got a mountain.
A mountain.
A mountain.
Thank you very much.
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 Got a mountain.
Moira.
How's it, Moira? Lorinda Young says, hello, Tom, Alistair, and everyone else. Hi, Lorinda. Thank you for joining us, and thanks for saying hi. Who else we got here? Totally agree, says Gillian. Lost it all since 2020. You're so right, Tom. See, I should be an economist. Jealousy gets you nowhere. Makes you ugly.
Gonna say no.
Can't see you being a failure, Tom. I don't think I'm a failure. I just think I could do more, like 1,000 times more. Maybe most of us are like that.
Can I just read Nolene's comment, because I can absolutely relate to Nolene.
Yeah.
She says, I'm 51, so that's my age, right?
Yes.
I walk on average 23,000 steps a day. That's a lot.
That's quite a
and
lot.
ride 2 horses a day.
I think
haven't
I'd like
lost
to.
a gram.
Who said this? Who said this?
Nolene Straub. She's my new best friend.
Nolene, you're our new best friend. We love you.
N-word. It's the N-word, mate.
Oh, menopause.
Don't say that word. Do not say that word. No.
Can I tell you what it is? Stop fooling yourselves. We were supposed to phone Jennifer 20 minutes ago. We'll call her now.
Gee whiz.
Sorry,
okay,
Jennifer. Yeah. But we're solving the world's problems, and now we're solving fatness. If you take you don't have to even be a doctor to do this. You can just go and research. You can go look at how many calories a kid needs. A child needs a lot of calories, like a lot, because they're busy growing. Teenagers, you need to feed them like the same amount you feed horses to keep them going, because they're growing. and so it goes. And so we're born and just able to eat more and more and more and more. As we get older and older and older, we can eat more and more, and it's good because we need more and more until a certain age where it kind of plateaus, and then it starts doing that, where you need less and less. Till you get to like 80 years old, where you need a glass of milk and a tea in the afternoon, and a slice of toast at dinner, and a Mari biscuit. If you're lucky, that might push you over the edge. And that's the cruelty of life. That when you get to the end of it, you really can't have much. Like when you see old people saying, "Oh, I really could not have another slice of that Maureen," they mean it. They
really do mean it.
They really can't. And so from a certain age, we're all on this downward, what our body needs slide.
So you mean we should enjoy our fat now because it's all going to disappear later?
I don't know. Maybe we should have been fat when we were kids and then skinny when I don't know how this works.
I've been fat my whole life.
All I know is I could eat 2 kilos of chocolate and 4 liters of Coke just watching a movie a couple of years back. I'd be skinny malinky. Now I have a teeny tiny little glass of Coke, and as I snort chocolate like a cocaine addict, and that's enough for me to put on 10 kilos. So
like a pufferfish, you know.
That's it, exactly. What else you got to say here, right? Comment section. Keanu Reeves is modest apparently and likes to walk in old clothes. I always wonder how maybe
I like Keanu Reeves.
He's got a good image. He's crafted a good image for himself. People love his authenticity.
He's Lebanese, you know that?
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he have cousins? How come we don't know? How come we don't know about Keanu's cousins? If Keanu Reeves is Lebanese, then we should know about his cousins. Surely the Zakis, and the Antonys and the Thomases. Surely they're related. If Keanu Reeves is Lebanese, then he's probably related to Kevin Lorena, the boxer, all those oaks. I reckon they're all related there. Yeah? I grew up with Lebanese people.
And the Zakis, for sure.
Yeah, the Tyron Zaki.
And the Curries. My dad was Tyron Curry.
Yeah, he probably bought tires from my family.
We did.
Tire services there in Benoni. Used to come in your L.
Well, we used to have the garage on.
You actually used to come with your L300 buckies and load truck tires on the back, and then not pay for them for 6 months. That's like.
Oh, do we owe you money?
No, the Curries don't. It's just the Zakis. No, I'm joking, man. We actually got along very well with the Lebanese families in Benoni for years. All right, let's see what else you got here. Belated hello, everybody says we're going to guide her. Jansen Adele. Hey, Tom. Hi, are you? Hi, Tom, Tonya, and Alistair. How are you guys? Remember when we started the show, there was someone called Kiss My Ass?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, is it back?
They've gone and back. Now, all the companies must recall all incoming. That's a good one. All companies must recall all incoming VAT increase notices. And I was thinking about that, by the way.
Oh, they have to.
I've got a lot of friends, like they were saying, Discovery Health were quick to send us the VAT and DS, or I don't know which companies, right? But all the big companies, apparently, the moment they saw this, their finance department, everyone just went, okay, cool. Which shows you the strength of this. This shows you the strength of the corporate spine in South Africa when it comes to standing up to injustice. Shows you the strength of the corporate spine.
You were wondering who's kissed my ass?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that Tammy Singh?
We thought it might be, but we weren't sure. if it was Tammy Singh.
But are you allowed to say the A word?
She didn't use 2 S's. She only used 1 S.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's kiss my ass. As you were. Debbie says you're far from fat.
Thank you very much.
But it's not true, Debbie. Have you 3 ever got together?
No.
In what way?
Just 2 at one time.
Yeah, in what way?
No. Oh, hello.
Alistair wasn't going there at all.
No, I've never met Alistair, but I have met Tom.
All 3 of us have not been in the same room. No. Isn't that funny?
That is funny.
And maybe that's what keeps it all together. Moira LaRue says, hi from Cape Town. Love, Moira, been looking for you for ages. Hi, my dysfunctional friend, says Salome Engelbrecht. Just love you all. Hi, Salome, we love you too. You're fat and fat. That's a nice one. Thank you. Crispy waffles. No, I hardly eat crispy waffles. I go to crispy waffles.
Now you're lying.
I've only had 3 crispy waffles in my whole life. Stop it!
Okay.
Stop it! You don't know nothing! You don't know nothing! Bastards!
He's had 3 crispy waffles in the last week.
I know. I've had 3 crispy waffles in my entire life. Maybe 4. Maybe 4. Maybe 4. But I think it's 3. But when I have a crispy waffle and then I lie in bed with regret for 2 days because I like to come home and still eat some ice cream, and I can't stop. I realize
it was like me taking the kids to House of Ribs last week Friday.
Yeah, what happened there? Did you have a whole lot of ribs?
We had what they had to offer, and it was so nice that we went back for more 3 times.
Oh, is it eat as much as you like ribs?
Yeah, it's one of those buffet things.
I made that mistake in the bread rub.
A buffet.
Yeah, but I don't know how these guys stay in business. You got people like Alistair, they come along and they've paid. What do you pay for a plate of eat as much as you like ribs?
Well, I got a pensioner's discount, but it's 160.
No, what's
160 rand?
Yeah, what's it with the pensioner discount?
130.
Right, 130.
Jesus,
you know when you go to the super spa, one of those packs of ribs that on the shelf, they're 160. Yes. Just one. Yeah. Then a like Alistair comes along, and then you've paid for those ribs, right? And you've said you can eat as much as you like. And then how many racks would you say you ate?
I didn't eat a rack because all they had was the knobbly bits at the top end. You know, it was like bad offcuts.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you know about ribs,
Samson? Get this whole story. He just gave a bad review to his place, his House of Ribs.
Oh, wow.
This is Alistair. There goes the sponsorship from House of Ribs.
No, we're not going to get a House of Ribs sponsor now. That's that gone. You've ruined that for us. Between Natalia and Alistair, we'll never get a food sponsor on the show. No. And I've gone and stuffed up getting us a corporate sponsor. I know, Santon, I know. I say things about corporates not having spines, and then I don't get sponsorship. I know.
No, we'll find some.
They were the ones who accepted the VAT increase the easiest, hey, and the fastest, hey. All the big companies.
Well, I mean, it is funny. Like there was old Brent Lindeque said this morning. He hopes he gets as many mails with as much enthusiasm, reversing their VAT increase as he got when they said the VAT increase is there, and he got absolutely coated by corporate South Africa.
Really? Didn't they like it?
Not at all.
Oh, really?
We're just doing what we're told.
Brett Lindeque is going to be known as the bad guy.
I don't know, the bad things guy.
How did that happen? I just wanted to be the bloody good things guy, and the next thing I became the bad things guy.
They all picked on me.
They picked on him, man. That's not good. We need to stand up for Brent. Jeez. Do you know on YouTube? Everyone is it YouTube or Facebook that I saw this yesterday? Everyone we've spoken about on the show gets tagged, and then underneath the video it says people spoken about on the show, and then their pictures all get put there.
No. Really?
Yes, but sometimes it gets the South African accent wrong, and the next thing you see it says we spoke about Hans Zimmer, and like we did not speak about Hans Zimmer, but must have said something that sounded similar, and then they decided
we talking about my wife's Zimmer frame. You know?
Might have been your wife's Zimmer frame.
I mean, YouTube.
You don't even know about his wife's Zimmer. Where do these people come from?
Oh, YouTube is very clever though. It transcribes while you're talking. Like it's crazy.
Should we talk to
Jenna Lee?
Should we talk to Jennifer?
Jennifer, yes.
All right, let's call Jennifer. Jennifer turned my life upside down yesterday. I'm still trying to recover from Jennifer yesterday. Jennifer.
We can't go wrong. Let's put it in writing.
Jennifer Eccles, I used to carry her satchel. Ladies and gentlemen, down to Uvongo we go now. Could you turn that phone the other way, Jennifer? Sorry, just vertically, please. Yeah, so we can get you full screen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Jennifer Jansen van Vuren down in Uvongo, baby!
Hello.
Hello, Jennifer.
How are you, Tom?
Yeah, all right, and I'm okay. How are you doing?
We're good, thank you.
Well, there's good news to share today. If you've been watching the show for a while, you'll know this. If not, let me introduce you to the one and only beautiful Jenny Jansen van Vuren, who has a very serious case of scoliosis that we've been trying to get some help for her for months now, actually. And finally, we're getting it right. So we've got some news to share today. We're not going to reveal the organization yet. We'll do that next week, probably on Friday or so. But we have an organization on board. What are they prepared to do for Jenna Lee? Firstly, let me say that this is through your work that you approached this organization, and they have turned around to you and they've said
They actually think that they've got a doctor, a surgeon that is willing to give his expertise and time for free for Jenna Lee, if he is able to do the surgery.
Yes.
And then also all the hospital will be sponsored.
All the hospital costs, all of those medical costs will be picked up by this organization. So if all goes well, then we will have Jenna Lee operated on. The doctors will supply their time free of charge. The hospitals will supply the theaters and the wards and everything else free of charge. All we'll have to do is sort out transport and accommodation, but already Southern Sun are on board for accommodation. Thank you, Southern Sun. And so a lot of it's taken care of. So we won't need a whole lot of money,
Amazing.
just some petrol money and some course food money. And, I'm sure there'll be a few other expenses for her as she recovers, but at least it won't be millions that we're looking for, eh?
Exactly.
Crazy.
We were
It's
so worried about that million.
I know. Since this started, the Jansen van Vuren family and me don't sleep at night wondering where we're going to find this money. But I still believe we can find it if we want to find it. But God has blessed us with an open door that we can walk through next week on Friday at a hospital in Pretoria. I'll be going along as well. And we're going to go along, and Jenna Lee's going to get a proper consultation with a surgeon who specializes in this. And with a bit of luck, and provided all goes well, they're going to operate, and it's not going to cost the Jansen van Vuren family anything. And we will talk about the organization when the time is right, when we're there, and we can talk about them. So that's the good news today. Are you happy?
I'm so happy.
I'm happy. Alistair, are you happy?
Ecstatic. Thank you so much.
I'm happy. I'm so happy.
Absolutely love it.
This is good news. Very good news.
Yes.
I had a chat to Jennifer earlier.
Yeah.
And she's so excited. She's also very nervous to jinx it.
I know.
So we're asking for all the prayers that the Tom's Army can offer in this situation, because this just might be it.
That's one of the things that we've spoken about when we talk, and that this young lady, apart from the support that people say we want to help, there have been so many people praying for her.
Yeah.
And praying for a successful outcome, or praying for the next step. Thousands of people have been praying for this child in their prayers or in their thoughts. Thousands of people have carried her in their thoughts. And finally we're seeing it all come together, where South Africans are saying, all right, we're going to help her. So we've got a backup plan. We've got plan B if plan A doesn't work. But plan A is the Janssen van Vierens are coming up to Gauteng next week. And they're driving up. I wish they were flying, but Jennifer says that don't cry. You're going to make me cry. Don't do that. You'll make me cry, Nick. Don't do that.
You're not meant to say anything. You're meant to keep me in the shadows. You shush.
You know. So,
Tom, you can also share, Chet, you've been on this journey with us.
You really have, Tom.
I do feel like I'm part of it, and I think that most people who've been following this journey feel they're part of it too, because we speak about it so often. And I keep saying, when we discuss this, Jimmy and Jennifer, myself, I keep saying we're only at the beginning of this journey. You know, this is one.
It's a long journey, man.
This is one step that we've taken. That now there's a good step for this kid. Let's take this step, and now, but it doesn't mean the prayers and the good thoughts and the wishes must stop now, because we're not out of the woods. We've got a long road ahead of us, but what a good outcome, at least as far as diagnosis is concerned, and people wanting to help.
Definitely, I agree.
Yeah. So yeah,
I totally agree. That's why I say
Well
I'm just
done,
very
Jennifer.
happy.
I know you're happy.
Thank you, Tonya.
You really, darling.
do
You know
pray
what?
that this surgeon will be able to do it.
That's right.
You know, if a child can have a mother like you, Jennifer, then you have fought, my girl.
She has.
And inshallah, this is your answer.
She really has. Now you're making me.
I'm so emotional.
Don't do that. Now you really are making me cry. Don't do that. You're not allowed to do that. You're going to make us all cry. Don't do that.
Sometimes it's worse. You need to hear things like that, because it's difficult. This road walking on, it's very difficult.
You're a great mom, babe. A great mom. God bless you.
Tonya and I talk about kids in trouble that we see in this country that don't have good parents and just have these terrible lives because they're not parented properly. And then we look at you and we see how hard you've tried and how you've never. You know, if I say to Jennifer, all right, I'm coming down on Friday. I'll talk to them about a room. She will be on the phone with me the next morning. Have you spoken to them yet? She's
on it.
She's been on this from day one. Yeah. And I think you are the powerhouse behind all of this, Jennifer Janssen van Vieren. I think
I do push until I get what I want. That's my strong point.
I like it.
Good for you, girl.
I like it. All right. Well, we're all behind you. And of course, next week is going to be very exciting when you come up here. And I'm sure we'll share more. We'll share more news as we go along. And of course, we're hoping for the best news possible. So anyway, we wanted to share that. And thank you. We'll chat to you soon. We'll see you next week. All right.
Thank you, Tom.
There's Jennifer Janssen van Vieren. Isn't that cool? I'll call you later. I'll chat to Jimmy as well. Aren't they lovely?
That's amazing.
So I'm happy about that. Yeah, I'm
really
happy
love
about
her.
that. What's that, Alistair?
It's absolutely amazing.
It makes things worthwhile, man. Okay, so you wanted to show me the twins.
Oh, let's cheer ourselves up.
Yeah, let's cheer ourselves up.
Oh, my goodness. Now, these two were interviewed. They're from Australia.
Do you mind if I stop you for a second? Because I do want to put a Suzuki advert on.
Sure.
So Liam, the Suzuki Jimny Genius, has got a special on 3-door Jimneys. If you're in the market for a 3-door Jimny, you want to speak to the people at Suzuki Rivonia or Suzuki Kailami. Take a look at their special.
Hi, Liam here, your Suzuki Jimny Genius, and do I have a huge promotion to share with you. Right here, I have got the Suzuki Jimny 1.5 GLX 3-door manual at a massive discounted price of $372,900. If manual is not your cup of tea, I've got this beautiful Suzuki Jimny 1.5 GLX Auto 3-door at a massive discounted price of $394,900. And for the months of March and April, we are throwing in a 4x4 experience so that you can get behind the wheel of your Jimny with confidence. With deals this hot, stock is limited. So don't delay, inquire today at Suzuki Kailami or Suzuki Rivonia, the home of happy customers.
Oh boy, okay, so let's cheer ourselves up. So there was what is this, Australian? These two in Australia?
They're identical twins.
Yes.
And they're Australian, and they
They talk
and
to.
they had an
They talk.
They're a viral sensation.
They're
a viral
all over,
sensation.
and they talk, and they've been interviewed left, right, and center, and it's true. They just can't not talk with each other. I got parrots that do that,
but it's a fluke.
Here we go. Are you ready?
Fluke.
All right, I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it. Here we go.
Bang! We said, oh no, another car accident. We don't know why, but we have tried to talk separately, but we're not ourselves. It's not us.
Two Australian sisters capturing the internet's attention for almost always speaking in unison.
How do you know exactly what your twin is going to say?
Well, I don't know. No, it just happens automatically.
Twins Bridget and Paula Powers went viral after giving an interview to 7 News Queensland, sharing the moment they witnessed a wild carjacking.
And he was coming back down towards us, and he goes, "Run! He's got a gun!" And our heart started to pound.
It's not the first time the pair's.
That's funny. So that was your show and tell that you wanted to show everybody.
That's too
that was
funny, man.
Very funny.
Like I laughed.
Very,
yes,
very
I laughed.
funny.
I've watched it so many times.
And
the thing is, with the interview, this is actually how they speak. It wasn't a fluke. It wasn't they hadn't rehearsed the story. This is actually literally how they speak.
They'd be perfect on our show.
The poor boyfriend.
They'd be perfect working on our show. They'd fit right in, man. We could do with some twins. So I saved a few videos for you. I saved Consequences of an Angry Parrot. Okay, I'll play 30 seconds or so of this so Tonya can have a look.
Oh dear.
Here we go.
7 in the morning.
7 o'clock in the morning.
You look beautiful. Oh.
No!
So there's birds being delinquents, which I thought I love these parrot videos. I love them. I'm getting a lot of chicken content on Facebook at the moment. I don't know. I must have looked at a post about chickens a bit too long, and every second post at the moment is about chickens. Then Viv do you remember All Saints charity shop in the All Saints?
Yes, hi Viv.
So Viv posted something. She went online onto one of these online places to buy outdoor security lights. And she installed them, and they were on a timer or light activated or something. And then when it went dark and the lights came on, this is what happened at Viv's place. It's very funny.
So I bought what I thought was just white security lights, and turns out they're not. Party at my place.
Hey!
So I bought what I thought.
Very funny. That's funny. You think you're buying white lights. Next thing your walls are lit up like a discotheque. Yeah, that's the last time I buy from Temu. I'm not falling for that wheel of discounts again. I'm telling you.
But this is so funny. These are her security lights.
That's her security lights.
That's funny. There's a disco.
So then there's big news if you're interested in aviation. I love anything that flies.
You love a plane.
I love anything that flies. But unfortunately, and I think Alistair also loves aviation, also a bit of an aviation buff.
Yeah.
Now, but the problem with aviation is it's very expensive to participate in it. You want to fly a helicopter costs around 10,000 Rand an hour. So you got to have a lot of money to fly hours in these machines, and they cost a fortune. And much like the South African VAT rate, nothing much changes in the aviation world. It takes decades and decades and decades to implement big change. There's very little big and drastic change, except in an area called eVTOLs, electric vertical take-off and landing vehicles. Basically, oversized drones. We've become so good at drone technology that there have been companies in China and America developing technology to have personal drones. So you can just hop into your drone in the garden and up and moor off to Sandton City or something.
No.
Yeah, and they're different. There's ones where you fly yourself, and there's self-flying ones. And so over the last, I would say, 10 years or so, the technology has been getting better and better and better and better to the point that they now sell them. And the two, you'd have to be a real nerd to be into this, but there are two that have. There's three. There's the Xpeng in China, which we haven't heard much about for a while. That was demonstrated in Dubai some time back. There's one called a Blackfly that's got a weird way of taking off, and then there's the Jetson, which was one of the first eVTOLs that said, "Hey, this is what's possible," and they've just made their first production model that's going to be sold. So finally, eVTOLs are making it into the market. So here's a closer look at the Jetson SN1 in motion.
Oh, wow.
We've got a power outage this side. I can't see anything.
That's okay. So there it looks like a little Formula One car with with helicopter rotor blades on. So those are about $1 million or so, which is.
I saw one the other day that looks like a motorbike. You ride on it like a motorbike.
Yeah.
These are so cool.
Don't you want one? I want one.
Yeah.
I could go to the
beach.
Can you imagine arriving at the Weltevreden Super Spa and land there? I'll take Greg's parking spot.
I'd hate to see
Dude, I want one. How much are they?
They're like, I think maybe 2 million, 1.8. But it depends on the exchange rate. Maybe they're $100,000, somewhere around there. And then I've got a sickness at the moment where I can't stop watching people getting prank videos. It is a sickness. I admit it. But I love those, the men that are painted silver and they sit all quiet and still, and then they
give you a big fright.
I got one of those.
That's the meat man, the flower man.
There's a flower man in Joburg. I'll show him next. Here we go. So here's the. I love that. I think that's the funniest thing I've ever seen. So I spend a lot of time seeing that, and people wiping out, and children getting knocked over by dogs and things. There's actually a channel called Kids. There's a channel on Facebook called. Facebook worries about what we say on this thing, but they allow a channel called Kids Getting Hurt. There's a channel called.
Exactly. That's so gross.
You just want to see kids getting knocked over and things like bounced by dogs and getting. There's a whole channel for that. Here's the Josie pranks guy, and he's pranking someone in South Africa when the response is "Hey Werner." He was lucky he didn't get a clap.
Hey
Werner, that's the guy. He's in the tree outfit. If you're around Joburg, he's busy.
Oh, that's
and then there's this guy who's got a Tesla. Tonya's gonna like this.
I love this.
Who asked his Tesla to self-drive him somewhere he's never been before.
Oh dear.
Are you ready to go on a trip?
Yeah, I'm scared, but yeah.
No, it's nothing sordid.
I've never been before.
Right, here we go.
Oh shit, where's it going?
This ought to be interesting.
Let's see where it takes us.
Because in America, we ain't got other things to do. We'll just ask the car to drive us somewhere.
Where it's going to take us? It has to be just places we've never been in. Where's it
headed toward Mooresville.
Yeah. I've been to Mooresville. Where is it going?
What happens if he runs out of battery?
It will stop. Like when you run out of petrol, same petrol battery.
Same thing. Okay.
Same.
What does the cop do when he gets pulled over?
No, wait. Watch where it's taking him. Watch where it gets taken. Watch where it's taking him.
Okay.
Remember, he said, "Take me somewhere I've never been."
I guess you've never been there before.
Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness. Drive him to gym. Drove him straight to the gym. That's what my self-driving car would do. And then
that's funny.
And then this one, the last one I'm going to show and tell is virtual reality glasses. I don't know if you've ever put a pair of proper virtual realities on.
They're brilliant.
Have you?
It scares me.
It scares you?
It scares me because I don't know what I'm going to bump into.
Oh, I've got a video coming up of stuff like that. I tried. My brother's got a good pair, and I tried them on when I was down in Marlow last time. It was unreal. My mother was born in
crazy,
my mother was born in a place called Næstved in Denmark, and I said, put me on a corner in Næstved, and the next thing I was standing in a city on the other side, a town on the other side of the world, and as you turn around, well, you're looking at it. It's amazing,
crazy.
And I thought, wouldn't it be cool? I mean, I don't know whether this will be adopted as a mass technology, but can you imagine if we had virtual reality and then we all put our virtual reality goggles on, and then we were all sitting in my lounge talking right now, including people watching the show, sitting a listener, a viewer chair.
But technically, isn't that possible? Technically,
I don't know.
I think it is.
But can you imagine if it was just as simple as like we all had it and then
That'd be so cool.
We actually park off with each other. All we need is to buy some milk tart from the super spa, and then we can sit and have a slice of milk tart with our friends and pretend we're in the same room. I wish that technology, and you can have a girlfriend like that. You can sit next to her and she's not actually there.
That technology definitely exists.
There's the robots.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Beam me up. Tonya's talking about the robots. I reckon that those. I can't wait for them to get to.
Would you date a robot?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I always said no until this latest one came out, and then.
Did you see this latest one?
Yes, and then they said she uses AI technology to learn what you like and this and that. In other words, you're going to have someone that you can do what you can't do. You can actually you can't do this with a girlfriend, but you can program a robot. Can you imagine? Program. So like when I'm feeling down, this is that robot learns when Tom's feeling down. The best thing to do. Yeah, the next thing the robot's like, well, hello, Tommy. Hi, hello. And I'm like, you've got such character. I never even had a girlfriend that danced hello, Tommy for me. I worked out with AI that's what makes you happy when you're sad. So come here, my darling, and sit on the couch next to me. I can have conversations. Talk about life.
What?
Do you think they're going to make a robot that's going to say, do you honestly think they're going to make a robot that says, I can't handle you anymore, I'm leaving, I want a divorce? They can't make a robot like that. Where are they going to make a robot that wants to leave you? You paid for the thing. They can't program it that way. You get a refund. You get money back. They can't make a product that leaves you.
I'm beginning to come around to your way of thinking there, Tom.
Things in your life for as long as you charge it. It's as simple as that. Stop it, Santon. You're the worst when it comes to that kinky stuff. The doctors there told me.
I want to throw a spanner in those works here.
Yes.
At some point, if anything's mechanical like that, you're going to have to service the machine.
That's fine.
So there's going to have to be a dealership or
there'll be workshops. We used to say
software upgrades like Microsoft.
Yeah, firmware and firmware and
updates.
Yeah. Yes, if you want the brand new model that's got a little bit more finger sensitivity than the last. Oh yeah, I want that one. Upgrade me 3.5.
The downside is the company's recording everything you're doing.
The downfall is with those eyes of hers. All that stuff is going back to China. And then people are going, that Tom Landa, he big pervert. Tom Landa, big pervert. Big pervert, he big pervert. Make file on him. Make file on Tom Landa.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So here's some people with virtual reality goggles on. It's all going a bit pear-shaped. Here we go.
Anderson was going to have nothing on those tapes about yours, Tommy.
There's a lot of tripping over things and walking into walls and breaking televisions.
Oh my goodness.
There goes the plasma. A lot of plasma and LEDs, TVs get lost. Oh boy.
But people are stupid. I'm sorry.
You can't, but you're not there. You're in your own. That woman just bust the fish tank. The fish tank's gone. Anyway. Virtual reality.
Guys.
That's my show and tell for the day.
Oh my goodness. That's funny.
That's my show and tell.
It's just what I love, though. It's not good to laugh at people's misfortune.
I know, but it's funny. Hey, the
It is
sunshine
funny.
just came out in Velterfred, and it's been like Antarctica here for weeks.
Antarctica.
Yeah, Antarctica. That's the new kid. No, that's not Thomas. It's
Ukraine.
It's been like Antarctica here, and now all of a sudden the sunshine's come out. Hey,
Nice. That's a good thing about
Germiston as well.
Winter.
Yeah, the sunshine's come out. There's a little bit of rain coming. So then people say there's a monkey's wedding somewhere in the Kruger Park. There's a monkey couple that have been together for a while, and they decided to tie the knot in a ceremony.
Can I show you how grey it is in Sedona Bay?
Oh, look at that. It's grey in the bay.
Look at that.
It's
grey in the bay.
Grey in the bay.
And it's pouring. You can't see it, but it's pouring.
Yeah, man. Let's
Thank
go
you very much.
Back to the thank you very much. Thank you very much. At least chocolate gives you no lip, says Dawn. She's right. Dawn is absolute chocolate. Chocolate never lets you down. And the nice thing about chocolate is you can have more than one in the bed with you, and nobody judges you. I'm serious. You can have 3 slabs of chocolates if that's what your fancy takes you. You can have a whole gang of
I'm going to find that video clip and send it to you, Tom.
All right. Which video clip?
There was a video clip on the Graham Norton show.
Yeah?
About pranks that people do on each other. And there's one actress who was on the show with him was talking about living in a hotel or staying in a hotel overnight, and they get the little chocolates on the pillow.
Yes.
And she looked at the chocolate, and she looked at the male friend that she had with her, and she looked at the chocolate again, and she thought, I wonder what would happen if I took that chocolate and I slipped it in between his butt cheeks. So she did.
Oh dear.
The next day he got it.
Oh yes, but who was that? Cameron Diaz or someone? I've seen that video.
Someone, I don't know who it was.
But I'm worried about where you're taking. Yes.
I'm very worried myself.
The next morning he woke up.
I think there's a brutal shutdown coming.
The one comment she had was, "It's not a Toblerone, you know."
Oh no, Alistair Love. That's Alistair's. He has a particular brand of humor. And there are people in our comment section that have Alistair's sense of humor. I've noticed there are some ladies who are enablers of Alistair. They go, ha ha, Alistair. I think he's probably got a few on WhatsApp, and they like, yeah, keep going. Tell the Nutella between the bum cheeks story. Come on, Alistair.
Oh no, man.
Carol says, cut out those crispy waffles. Yeah, 3 boos for Carol. Debbie Funamava says you were talking about the Uber. Yeah, thanks, Debbie. I did get around to it.
You finally got there, Deb.
40 tubs of butter, says Nolene. There's Nolene rubbing it in. My overweight is 40 tubs of butter.
40 tubs of butter. That's a lot, eh?
Thank you very much.
Elvis would disagree.
Thank you very much.
He'd say, you know what? Don't look me in the eyes and bring me a peanut butter, honey, something sandwich, banana, fried, lots of oil. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very much.
Thank you very much.
We're going down to the green jungle room, baby. I'm going to show you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm taking my 3 slabs of chocolate down with me. Don't give me no lip. Yeah, burn it up. You're not the only one, Tom. I just look at food and pick up weight. When are we going for waffles? Yeah, we got to arrange a time, Salumi.
Go for waffles, yeah.
I love the joy you bring to my day when you are live, says Jennifer.
Aww.
That's nice. Don't shout at Virgin Active. They're awesome. Don't get me started. The show's supposed to have finished 17 minutes ago, and then Una Guida brings up a topic that I can talk about for 45, maybe 1 hour. Virgin, you don't want me to start with Virgin Act. You do not want me to Helen Joseph. You think Helen Joseph has felt my wrath. You have not even started Virgin Active. So smelly gyms. There's the first problem you have with gyms. Bacteria. People sweating on the bicycle seats and sweating on the floor and sweating on everything. Just sweat and
You've got to do your Prof. Harry.
Prof. Harry.
You've got to do your Prof. Harry.
But and do a what? Virgin Active?
Yeah.
Did he used to do a Virgin Active story?
You've got it right there. It's ready to go.
Prof Harry. I can do a Prof Harry impersonation. Thank you for calling. Prof Harry on 702. Yeah. Okay, Alistair, you know the thing. People say that you need to go to Virgin Active, but all you need is fish, fowl, and fiber. You know, there's the three. As you go tell your GP that Prof Harry told you, fish, fowl, and fiber. Triple F. Check your poo in the morning. If it's slightly floating, then you've done a good job on the diet. Prof Harry.
Stop it.
Thank you very much.
In other words, don't encourage him.
Alistair's laughing like he's so.
He managed to get me to go in that direction.
direction.
Do you see what happened here? Do you actually? Do you look? He's laughing.
Listen to him. He's giggling.
Do you,
like a schoolboy.
no. Do you actually realize what's happened here?
He's taken us down to his level.
He used mental control on us.
He did. Not us. No.
Not you.
You, Tonya. You.
On me.
Yes.
Because he told the Nutella between the bum cheeks thing.
I mean, where did Harry Seftel come from?
The next thing, he prompted me for Harry Seftel, and he knew I'm going to make a story about?
Exactly.
Delta Ferry Park. No. There's enough of it in the river that runs through here. There's enough that runs through the river.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Don't get me started on Virgin Active. I once had a girlfriend that was, I was convinced she was seeing guys or something. So I went to the Virgin Active entrance and I challenged all those big guys to come and fight me.
I know the story.
I challenged them all to come and fight me. But that was because my brother told me that in Krugersdorp, the guys didn't fight. He said, you can challenge them and they won't fight. That's what I thought he said. And then years later, he told me that was Santon, not Krugersdorp. My God. No, man, you know you can't. You know if you go into a pub in Krugersdorp, the Krugersdorp Oak is going to win. And Santon, you know you're going to get a blood nose. You'll know that. You can't. Everyone knows. No. You know if Santon Oak walks into Krugersdorp Bar, Santon Oak goes in ambulance to Santon Clinic. Everyone knows that. Anyway, I thought my brother meant Krugersdorp, and because we were driving, and he said, you know, you can just challenge people around here, and they won't even fight you. And I kind of associated, and then years later, he said, I never said that about Krugersdorp. I said that about Santon. And I thought, oh my, I was standing outside the Virgin Active challenging about 15 of these big Virgin Active guys to come and beat me, come and fight, and they never came out. And I always thought it was because they were scared of confrontation, but clearly not. I was just lucky. God was on my side. Okay, all right. Moira says, I challenge you, Tom. I'll start walking tomorrow if you will. Okay, I'll also walk tomorrow.
What if it's raining?
No, it doesn't. You can walk in between the rain. There's no lean. She's done 23,000 hasn't. Well, there are a lot of...
Yeah, Lean's our friend.
Who's the oldest amongst you three? That's a good one.
Well, Tom and I are 5 days apart.
Yeah,
right,
that would be Alistair. He's the eldest amongst
and
us.
That makes Tom older
I
than
said
me,
eldest.
so
I didn't say oldest.
Youngest.
You're the youngest by a few days.
I'm the youngest. You don't have to qualify.
Felicia says she also smells food, and if she looks at it, she gets fat. Same.
Same.
Just give me some food. Because that's what food does.
Makes you feel good.
Every time.
Well, especially, I mean, like, I come from an Arabic background, like, so.
Yeah, food is life.
Everything.
Food it's like, I think we got more of that milk tart. I knew that I shouldn't. Scoop that milk tart out with your... We grew. Jillian says we grew up with the Tau wheels, all 12 of them in Brackpan. Vic Tau wheel, the boxes, kids.
I knew the Tau wheels.
Now you're ready, line up. I'm not. I've had 3, maximum 4 about crispy waffles. Cecilia from Burek says, hello, everybody. Good to be here again. Greetings from Scotborough. We have a place here on Scotborough. Enzo had the best ribs. And struggle to finish it. My son Lawrence does not eat lots, but when it comes to ribs, you have a challenge.
I know that.
That's what happens.
It's called Enzo.
Oh, yes.
It's called Enzo,
Yes, Enzo's. I think so, yes.
There you go.
Enzo's.
I've been there.
That's right.
I've been there.
No,
There's a great restaurant. It's where Walter and I go.
Enzo's already worried about a guy called Alistair Jameson, the only Jameson from Germiston, who might come along and eat 3 kilograms of ribs at his place. Eh?
No, but
Enzo, you also like eat as much as you like deals, man. It's not just the Germiston.
They're smart. They're smart.
Go to Marble. And you get a little thing on the plate, and you go, ooh, let me Instagram that. It's true, isn't it? Okay. Oh my word, Jennifer, this is seriously an answer to prayer. I'm thrilled for you. How wonderful for her, says Karen Atwell. Sheila Momsen says, wow, that's awesome. Jenny Kennedy, I'm thinking Jenny, that I'll be going along with Jennifer and Co and meeting these people next week. Maybe we'll try get your son into that charity as well, because Jenny's son needs a shoulder replacement. It's a big surgery. Right. So we try there too. I was thinking we need to do that as well. So I haven't forgotten about you, and I'm constantly thinking about...
Hopefully this will make big changes.
Yes. God is good, says Heather Nickelbine. You know I love that surname. Nickelbine. Nickelbine, 2 Nickelbines, 3 Nickelbines. Oh, I see 4 Nickelbines, 1 Nickelbine on the show, 2 Nickelbines, and 3 Nickelbines, 4 Nickelbine, and Nickelbine. Just rolls off the tongue so nicely. Nickelbine. Lizelle Elliott, Beyond. I have scoliosis and I really appreciate the pain associated with. Wow, Lizelle.
Lizelle.
I've been watching Lizelle's posts. She's been making. Lizelle watched Eat, Pray, Love the other day, and then the next day it inspired her to make pizza. That's brilliant, eh? That's how I know what my friends are doing. Facebook. Wonderful news, amazing news, doing the ugly cry. Yeah, I just held it together today. We're in this together in prayer, Jennifer, says Margaret. Dawn says, praise be and blessings to the from Fear and family. You know that you're with us on this journey, Tom's Army, that you're coming with us. So happy for you, Jennifer. Oh, there's so many. Oh, that's nice. It's not, oh dear.
Did they push the heart button?
Please, we'll do a heart fountain just now. Maybe we should do that again. See, here's Lizelle. You like Lizelle because she says, "Oh dear, who still owns a Tesla?" She must also be a Musk. She must also be a Musk hater.
No, I think she's just a realist.
No, man, stop it. Load shedding has started again.
Musk has gone back to work, hasn't he? You haven't heard anything. He hasn't been hanging around the Oval Office for him.
Yeah, but the president said that's fine. He's obviously he can go back to Tesla. There's not a problem with that. He needs to. I don't know what like. He said he was only going for a short time. Are you stirring? You're stirring.
No.
You're stirring the pot. You are.
No.
You're stirring.
Not at all.
Emily Hudson says, cheers, guys. Had a good laugh. Some tears. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks,
see you Tuesday.
And we must go. Can we go?
The swimming pool isn't sweaty. The sauna...
The swimming pool is sweaty, though, because God knows what they do in that swimming pool.
Well, let me tell you, and let me leave you on this happy note, right?
Yeah.
Virgin Active awaits you, Tom. This is Margaret Guider. It's your crazy exes that ruin everything for you. Like Virgin Active. Do you want to see one? Do you want to see one of my crazy apps?
No, Tom, stop.
Why?
Oh, no.
Serious?
No, you can't call it. Can't say crazy and then show her picture. That's called cyberbullying.
Okay, all right. Oh man, you saved me from going to jail.
I'm glad I'm here.
That would have been jail. But okay. But what if I don't call her crazy and then because her profile's public?
You've already called her all sorts of things.
Didn't call any of my exes crazy. It was Uno Guida who says it's the crazy exes. Una. She says I've had. I don't think I've had crazy.
No.
I think my exes that I've had, half have been crazy, half have been bloody mad. No, I'm joking. Half have been crazy, half haven't. Half have been crazy, half haven't been crazy. And I think I'm crazy. So I'm not pointing. There are 3 fingers pointing back at me always when I use these words.
Okay.
There was
going to leave us with something.
Yeah. Well, my profound thought of the day, besides the VAT increase, nothing, was somebody said.
You forgot to mention, Tom.
Yeah, someone said that. What's this? Sorry, guys, I missed half the show. I was with a lady trapping cats for sterilization.
Oh, is that Anita?
It would have to be the person with 14 cats. Or
Has to be Anita.
Wait, she's long gone. There's no hope. No hope for it. It's never coming back. No hope for Anita Maynard. Now she's sterilized. She's gone. Now she's doing the sterilizations as well.
She's so good.
That's the end of her. She's on the slippery slope down to cat sterilization city, and no dating for you in the future. Oh, you name a man with 14 cats.
Not 14.
Ricky, what was his name?
Ricky Gervais.
Living La Vida Loca. Ricky Martin. He might have 14 cats. He strikes me as a guy who might have 14.
And Ricky Gervais has got cats.
Has he?
Yeah.
So I was going to leave you with a profound thought because somebody said that there's sweat everywhere, but not in the swimming pools. Those are clean. The swimming pool isn't sweaty. Well, I built a radio studio in 2008 at Vodacom. At the Virgin, next to the Virgin Active, and I built the radio studio's walls into the glass walls of the Virgin Active. So when you sat in my radio studios and you looked left, you could see everybody exercising.
That was very clever.
Very clever. Now, everyone exercising thought that there could no ways be see-through glass, that they wouldn't possibly. Right. They thought they could see us and we couldn't see them. But in reality, there was nothing on it. It was just normal glass, and everyone was actually looking at each other. Yeah, which was lots of fun. You could sit there and look at people on their exercise, and then they saw you watching, they get all self-conscious and stuff. But one of the things that I saw a lot of was the pensioners peeing in the swimming. I'm sure they were peeing in the swimming pool. They've got the pensioner classes where you grab a noodle, one of those pool noodle things, and it's funny. It's mostly ladies, but every now and then there are some men. They're the Casanovas. They come pulling in. They got the hair blow waved, old silver ghosts with the hair blow waved, and then you think, where's that guy going? To the step machine? He's going to aqua aerobics, and then everybody pretends to do some exercises in the pool for 45 minutes, and they do aqua aerobics, right? Old people doing aqua aerobics in the Virgin Active swimming pool. Now, I put it to you, and I ask you this question. When are you more inclined to pee in the pool? And be honest now, is it when you're a kid and you're scared of the blue dye, or is it when you get older and you know there's no such thing as blue dye in the swimming pool? Because forget even accidental wheeze. I'm talking about purposeful wheeze where you go, well, it's my wee. I don't mind swimming in an Olympic-sized swimming pool of mine. It makes no difference to me. And you just
0.001% of the content.
That's just 0.1% of the content.
Now we know what Alistair does in the pool.
No. And so I have a theory. I don't think it's the kids that pee in the swimming pools. I think it's adults. I honestly do think it's adults who pee in swimming pools. And I can't imagine that 20 people would get into a pool for an hour and at least 10 of them don't have a nice long pee somewhere on that thing, I'm sure. And so when you say the pool isn't sweaty, it's got the sweat, it's got the wee, it's got the skin flakes, it's got everything. It makes the bicycle seat seem like an operating theater.
Oh, boy.
You want to jump in that pool. I saw it.
I'm fine.
And I honestly, I used to see these old ducks coming in, and it's the oldies. When I say oldies, my age and above, right? And you see some people, they're pushing 90, and you just think the bladder control can't be what it used to be. And I'm sure when you do that high kick in the swimming pool, it can't be good for the rest of us. And in that pool, you got some Olympic training guy playing. Oh, here we go. People look there. Moira LaRue, urine is sterile.
What?
It is.
It is sterile.
It is, but still.
But still.
You know what somebody else is.
Now we know what Moira does in the pool.
And Una says, and we don't pee in the pool noodle classes. She obviously goes and does them, eh? But Moira,
I started to think what the pool at the old age home where my mom used to live looks like.
No, exactly. And I heard, you know that chlorine smell that you smell in public, especially public? That's not actually the chlorine. It's the urine interacting with the chlorine that makes that smell.
Oh, nonsense.
I'm serious. I'm telling you, I'm a doctor. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. It is. Hey, Tom. This is the person who didn't like blah, blah, blahing me earlier. Now it's hey, Tom, hey, Tom, ... Hey, Tom, make her show her feet.
Oh, again? No.
I really got into trouble for that today. So
I think you're lying, Tom London, and you are making up these comments.
Go back and look at YouTube. You'll see. Oh, man. Everyone got a 1.5 hour show today instead of a 1 hour show. I'm pushing. I'm taking you guys closer to the 3 hour mark. Have you noticed?
You've never gone before.
Slowly, I'm taking you to 3 hour radio show territory. Wait till I put guests in the show. Then it will just go to 3 hours, no problem. Marlene says, that's why I avoid public schools. Exactly.
Thank you very much.
And Margaret says, Una is going to kill you taking out her gym. You are playing with fire, Thomas.
Oh, thank you very much.
There's a gym freak. They're the only people that get up at 4 o'clock in the morning with energy in their system. I don't know what it is.
The only time I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning is to go swim.
To swim? I was going to say to get up at 4 o'clock to go pee, but not in the pool. The tournoi. I think that's it. I think I'm out of comedy. I'm out of profound thoughts. I'm out of rubbish. I'm out of everything.
I had to convince you to get onto the show today.
But I know what happens whenever you convince me to do the show. I go, I'm not feeling well. I haven't. I've been lying. I honestly felt very sick yesterday and overheating and the whole thing. And then I thought the best thing to do is lie very still for 24 hours, which is, I'm good at that. So I did that. And
cup of tea, Tom. Cup of tea.
And I did,
with honey and some cinnamon and some lemon juice. Sort you out in 2 minutes.
I was going to ask for homemade flu recipes today, but I know what happens. Everyone comes up with a different recipe, and then you don't know which one to use.
You're not a Libra, you should be able to handle that.
I used to have a housemate. When we got sick, she would brew stuff in the kitchen. Cathay, she would... I'd go off to the shops and buy 2 liters of old brown sherry, and that was the base. And then we would chuck cinnamon and bay leaves and chilies and all sorts of things in.
No wonder you felt better, mate. You were drunk.
Boiling it and boiling. That's how, when I got the my coronavirus, I cured it with old brown sherry. Everyone was doing ivermectin, but I did OBS. And it worked. I should have.
That's funny.
I should have done that before the Helen Joseph Hospital gripped me.
The 3 of us, I think I should have had the Sharona, because I was out there in the world working the whole time and I never got it once.
That's nonsense, man. You've probably had it 2 or 3 times and you haven't realized it.
You're a carrier.
Yeah, he's one of them. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, gee whiz. Yes, Sanson. Throw stones at this man. Stones, I tell you.
Tom. It's time to end the show.
Okay, cool.
John has got other things he needs to go and do.
Yeah. Tom, just heat and vitamin C, says Moria. See? Totally opposite to what Alistair was saying and different to my recipe, which is old brown sherry. In emergency cases, half a bottle of brandy. You wake up the next morning with a new problem. You don't you've got such a hangover. Flu means nothing. Okay, let's go. Shall we go from the only Jameson in Germiston, the one and only. He'd make it a double, and if he's going to tell a joke, it's going to involve Nutella and possibly butt cheeks.
Oh no!
Which is not Tonya Curry's flavor, by the way. She is the most sophisticated member of the Tom London Show. Down in the south of Joburg there in Sedwana. You have actually shown your feet once on the show before. You have. Didn't you show? Yeah, didn't you? About a month ago, you showed your feet. I'm sure you showed your feet a month ago.
You showed her feet about 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. Exactly. Now you got this person on.
Just after the hospital, I did.
You
not.
did.
Those are gross feet.
No, you had a bandage on.
I must have been on a lot of drugs.
Yes, you were on. You had the big wrapping on. You looked like the foot.
That's why.
And you showed your foot, and now you have started a thing where people, men with a thing for
OnlyFans, huh? I'm going to go for OnlyFans.
Men with a fetish for women who have had a toenail removed. Maybe we can sell your toenail. To this person that in YouTube. Listen, Cobra King 666 Tom369@gmail.com. You just send me an email. If I can arrange a toenail, I can poodle for 10 grand. I can poodle Tonya's toenail to you, and you can keep it for life. And look at it and put it in a little box and look at it whenever you like. 10 grand. That's, if you're in America, that's US dollars. And I can organize it. I can organize Tonya's toenail for. I'm sure I can. I'm sure. I'm sure we can get someone to pay us for your. Do you still have it? Because is it gone? Or because we could sell it to this Cobra 666 person.
I am going now.
Okay, all right.
I don't care if you're staying. I am leaving.
Okay, from the south of Joburg, there by Sodwana Bay, Tonya Curry, acumenmedia.net. Listen, the truth about Tonya Curry is she knows more about what goes on in South Africa than anybody else because she got this computer system that it doesn't sleep. It just goes zzz, all day and all night, and it gathers intelligence about your business, your brand, or topics, or whatever. And she's the best in the game. acumenmedia.net. Yeah, Tonya Curry. And that's it for the show today. Au revoir. Au revoir, s'il vous plaît. Some people press the heart button and some press the like button. Some press the ha button. And now I challenge you. Is there anybody watching? I never know if there's anyone watching at the end of a show. 20 people? There's 20 more than I thought. Okay, so all 20 people, could we all press the heart button at the same time, please? And then we make a heart fountain. And that, you see, if we all press the heart button, then it makes a heart fountain. Do you see that? Isn't that cool?
That's so cool.
Isn't that cool? We're making a heart fountain? I think it's just me making the heart fountain.
That's cool. I've used the feature so much it says you can't use the feature anymore.
Oh, next you'll get put in Facebook jail. Don't press the button too much. Don't press it like a machine gun, because then Mark Zuckerberg will lose his temper with you and put you in Facebook
I see
jail.
that. He won't let me click anymore.
Yeah, you've pressed it too many times.
And I've got the Friday.
I tried that earlier and got that.
To just step
Stop
away
it.
from
You're going to be in trouble.
All right, okay. Listen, you guys keep bringing me back into the show, and I'm trying to end it.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
The Tom London Show is brought to you by Suzuki